Hi, I'm Carly with Precious Metals Refinery, and I am here with Ronnie. He has over 38 years of experience in the jewelry industry and is a senior buyer for Precious Metals Refinery. So today, Ronnie,
Yes,
on
Carly.
PMR Unfiltered, we are talking retail versus value. So can you tell us what retail versus value means?
Yes, that's a very hot topic,
Yeah.
and we do get quite a lot of people asking that question. Well, retail is basically not the value of an item, and that people have to understand when they're out there purchasing something for thousands of dollars. That does not necessarily mean that that is the value of the item. So they have to be aware that they're paying for marketing, they're paying for rent, they're paying for the store's staff and electric bills and all of that. That's all part of what they are paying in retail. So when they do come in to sell their items, that is not their value.
Got it. Okay. So what should we consider the true value of an item to be?
So an item is basically the sum of its parts. So we do have a lot of gold in items. We do have some diamonds, although diamonds is another conversation. Today's diamond market is not the same as it used to be. So it is really about the materials that are there. Now we do have to remove sentiment from things. A lot of people will bring us items with the sentiment, and that unfortunately is not something that we can buy. So they have to be aware that that's a part that is not going to be evaluated in dollars.
Absolutely, and you probably see that a lot.
Unfortunately.
So how can someone determine the true value of their items, such as jewelry or flatware?
So I think the best thing to do is really to find an expert, bring things in for evaluations. We have a great team of experts at PMR. We're trained to look at what the market is at any given time. Gold prices and silver prices change regularly, so it is very valid to bring something in. It's really difficult when we get phone calls and somebody wants to peg us to a number. It's just challenging because A, we don't know what they have, if physically what they have is what they think they have. And second of all, what the market is going to be when they actually bring it in. So the best thing to do is just bring it in and have an expert look at it.
And we make it easy too at PMR because we have so many locations, throughout Arizona and Phoenix and California as well. So perfect. Okay, so how much money can someone expect from their valuables? And I wanted to bring in an example for that. I have an engagement band here that came from a chain jewelry store. So, example.
So I'm going to give you an example in return before we answer that question. Many years ago when I was making diamond tennis bracelets for a large retailer, they were buying them from me for $210, while the sticker price that I was putting on the piece was $2,500. So retailers will mark up items 8 to 10 times their value. So you have to be cautious when someone bringing in an item, they'll come and say immediately, well, but I purchased this for like $5,000. Well, you do the math and figure out how much did they really purchase it for. And that's really the true value of the item. It's really about the gold, the diamonds, whatever is put into the piece, but devoid sentiment and the longevity of the marketing and all the other prices that they put into it.
And stuff like this too, from these chain stores, it's overproduced. There's a lot of them. There's not a lot of rarity. Is that correct?
Correct. Okay. So definitely rarity will raise a price of any item whatsoever. When we mass produce things, they are on a much different scale. So yeah, there's just not as much as they might think there is. And again, that really comes with the sentiment. People will attach a huge amount of sentiment to something. If it was an engagement ring, a birthday gift, whatever it was from a loved one, that to them becomes part of the value. And they need to separate themselves from that in order to actually decide what the value of an item is.
Well, great. This has been great. Thank you so much
My pleasure. Thanks
for all your knowledge and expertise in this. And thank you. This is going to be retail versus value for PMR Unfiltered. Thanks, Ronnie.
Thank you.